Okay, in this next video we're going to look at how we install a Minecraft Forge server using the Minecraft Forge mod loader, and we'll introduce you to mods instead of plugins and the difference between a craft bucket server and a Forge server. So the website that we go to for this particular exercise is files.minecraftforge.net. We can see that at the top there, and again I'll post this link in the corresponding web page for the course. You've got the same decision to make, guys. What version of Minecraft Forge do you want? Again, the same issues apply. Can you get the latest plugins on a 1.8 server, or do you need to go back a couple of versions to 1.710 or even 1.72? To make sure that the plugins that you actually want to use, and the mods in this case for Minecraft Forge, because Minecraft Forge uses mods, not plugins, are the mods available on the latest version. So you might want to have a hunt around to see what mods you need, but we'll show you, for example, on a 1.8 Forge server how the mods work. So I'm selected the Minecraft version 1.8. It's the latest one, and I'm going to get the installer. There's an installer for Windows, there's an installer, there's universal files. I'm just going to get the installer file. So I'm then going to be redirected to an AdFly page. Just ignore whatever is in the middle here. It takes a few seconds for an AdFly page to load. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then at the top right hand side here, I'm just going to skip that advert, and it's going to give me the installer files for my machine. I'm going to stick those on the desktop and save. So that's now downloaded the Forge jar file. Okay, so let's go back to Forge mod loader, and I'll just minimize that. So there's the Forge 1.811 jar file, and I'm just going to double click on that one to launch it. It's going to ask me if I want to launch it because it's from the internet. I'm going to trust that and say yes please. Okay, so we've downloaded the Minecraft Forge installer, and we're going to install a server first of all. We'll explain to you the difference between the server and the client, but first of all we want to get a Minecraft Forge server up and running. So we click on install server, and it actually says in our default directory, now this is on a Mac, the default directory for where Minecraft is stored is in the library for me, library folder, application support, Minecraft. So that folder is not where I actually want to install this Forge server. I want to install it somewhere that's outside of my default directory, so I don't mess anything up with my installation of Minecraft. So what I've done here is I've created a folder on my desktop called Forge, and there's nothing in it at the moment, as you can see, it's empty. And if I locate that folder, you'll see, if we go to Joel, Desktop and Forge and click Choose, it says there are already files at the target directory. That's okay. Click OK and install. So what that's now doing is that's now downloading libraries, a Minecraft server 1.8 JAR, and it's installing the relevant files that are needed in that particular folder. So I've just chosen an empty folder to install into rather than my default Minecraft server folder. I don't want to mess up my Minecraft folder, so I've left that as is. Let's just expand this window and have a little look at what's going on. So that's now busy installing the relevant files that I need. It's downloading the libraries, and it shouldn't take too long, and it will install the Forge server. So just a reminder then, is Forge is all about installing mods, not plugins, and we'll see the advantage of this in a moment once we've got our server up and running, and we'll see how this works. Okay, so it's put a Forge file in there for the universal, and it's got a server in there, so this jar file should trigger this server. So if I double click on this, it's launching, it's created a mods folder, and that's got the right bits and pieces in there for us, and we should have a server up and running very, very shortly. Now, what it said here, same as everything else, you need to agree, the last line there, to the end user license agreement. So let's have a look. There we go, it's generated an end user license agreement file. So let's stop that server. This is the console for Forge. Let's stop that, same way as we would in a terminal window. And close that down. Open up end user license agreement, set that to true, and save. Close that down. Now when we run the Forge server, we should see a whole load more files come through. So just double clicking on that Forge jar. And if I open out this launcher wrapper, preparing spawn area, brilliant. And we should see, yep, we've got the world, all the different bits and pieces in there are set up differently. Now notice, interestingly, you only have a world folder, and in your world folder you have different regions and data. So automatically we don't have world end, world nether and things set up. So it is slightly different. Okay, so this time we have a mods folder, not a plugins folder. So highlighting there the mods folder, that's where we're going to put our modification files in, not our plugin files, for the server anyway. So we've got that set up and running, and let's try and join it. So I'm on Minecraft 1.81. Let's make that maximum world, maximum size. Click on multiplayer, down to localhost, refresh, and join. And we should now be joining our server. Brilliant. So it looks like I'm in a wood somewhere. Oh, there's a wolf there. Hello, wolf. There's two wolves there. Hello, wolf. Nice to see you. So let's just pop back to the console file there. It says iLearning UK joined the game. I'm going to opt myself. Opt UK, opt iLearning UK. Let's go back to the game. I should now be opt, brilliant, and which means I can do slash game mode 1. I'm now in creative. I'm just going to get some meat here actually, and I'm going to go up to that wolf and I'm going to feed him, and he loves me. Yay. Okay, so that wolf now loves me and he's my friend. So we are in a 1.8 server game and we have full access to all the 1.8 creative blocks. Again, check we have an armor stand. Yep, great. It's a 1.8 server and I can place armor stands. We are in 1.8 world. Fantastic. So this is a Forge server. I'm now on Forge. Look much the same. In fact, it should look identical to any 1.8 server because it is identical. It's exactly the same. I'm just going to go to a bit of space so we can see what we're doing. Right. Okay, so back to game. Actually, I'm going to disconnect at this point. I'll leave that up and running and we'll pop back and stop the server. Okay, server is stopped. And at this point we're going to pause and we're going to find ourselves some plugins.